Welcome to Recovering Addict. I am LT and I'm an alcoholic addict.
I'm Felice and I'm married to an alcoholic addict. Here for any questions you might have about living with one.
True that. And if this is your first time catching the show, what you can expect is an educational channel on relapse prevention. Why? Because 2 times in my life I hit rock bottom due to alcohol and drugs. In the early 2000s, I was meth, felony, jail, probation, the whole 9 yards. Then I got clean for a little bit, only because I had a job that drug tested. That's it. And then when I was 33, I started drinking again. And by the time I hit 40, it was blackout, fit the night, gallons on the weekend, drunk, detox, IOPs. And here we are trying to spread hope and love and strength to the community who needs it most. And that's us addicts during this time of COVID and isolation and just uncertain times. Why? Because we have the tools. We know how to take it one day at a time. And we can learn through this. You know, one day we're going to wear shirts. I survived COVID sober. And if we do it together, because as a fellowship, we're not social distancing, we're physical distancing, right? With technology today, it is unbelievable what we can accomplish. And unity, it's global now. There's no excuse. Your phone can't weigh 1,000 pounds now. It's that you can't, like, your excuse can't be, well, my sponsor's is in bed asleep, I'm not going to call him. There's always somebody available. And we hope to be a bridge to a community to provide that just for you. And tonight, what we're going to do is what we usually do. We're going to read our AA thought of the day. We're going to go through our 24-hour. Then we're going to pick up on the first chapter of our book called Addictive Personality. And this is by Craig Nacken.
Speaking of people being available, go to the Facebook group.
That's right. Mom will put that in the link, bud. Thank you.
Yeah, Facebook group.
That's link. And we got some special guests on the back couch here today. All the girls from the neighborhood.
They're
Neighbors,
so pretty.
sisters, known them since they were about that, well, probably that big. I've known Charlie since she
Tiny
was that
little
big.
babies.
And Wyatt, he's over there somewhere. There he is. Right on. So after we get into this, we're going to read this chapter. We'll listen to Cassie's quote of the day, and then we always close it with just for today from NA, because I'm an advocate of both AA and NA, because it's both pretty much similar programs, and addiction's addiction. This isn't, I don't care if you're smoking crack, heroin, if you're spending, if it's sex and porn. Addiction's addiction. If you're an overeater, if you're an undereater, addiction is addiction. We're going to learn that today. Our topic is actually 3 types of highs. We got arousal, satiation, and fantasy. And we'll go through that. Then, of course, we close it with a serenity prayer. So don't go nowhere until we say that serenity prayer. And until then, I'm going to let Felice say hi to everybody in the chat. Felice. If you guys watched the little news clip we were just in, you would get that.
Felice.
Is my microphone really loud? Do I need to turn it down? Chat, let me know.
All right, I got my Facebook open so I know who my users are. Let's start at top with Sunray's in the house. Hi, Sunray. Peter learned how to use that TikTok. Gave me a special gift of aliens that I've been wanting. Thank you, Mr. Teeter. Miss Creepy Cat. Creepy Cross.
Naomi, what's up, girl?
Naomi. Hello. Yes, LT.
Yeah, thanks, Teeter, for that song. Totally appreciate it. You ruined my night.
Raylene, hello. It's lovely to see you here.
Raylene.
Derek. How y'all doing? We're doing good.
Just want to shout out Sawyer House.
Doing real good. Hello, Murd.
Hey, Murd, what's up, brother?
Awesome you've seen us on the news.
We don't only want to
Hey,
shout out
Andrew.
the Sawyer House, also Primary Children's.
Yeah, Primary Children's, and respect to Linky and all the kids hurt in the accident that day.
Yes, and thank you, Tracy. Hey, yeah, we've got a group today.
What's up, brother?
Good group. Feddies. Hi, Lori.
Hey, Lori, what's going on?
John.
Mr. John V, how are you doing?
In front of a live studio audience.
Yes, they are.
See
I need an applause sign. So if I go like this, you guys got to applause and cheer, okay?
What's the laugh sign where they have to giggle?
Man, we love you guys. Thank you for being here.
That was beautiful. All right. This is Dwight. Dwight is in the house.
Dwight, what's up? You and Linky got a birthday together.
Petey. Always
Petey,
a
what's
pleasure,
up, brother?
Petey. Hey, Krista.
No worries about missing the live show. It was kind of just spur of the moment because we got notified earlier, so no big deal.
Uh-oh, it jumped on me. There we go. That's very true.
100%.
Hey, Marcus, how you been?
Marcus, how you doing, brother?
Yeah.
Did you take a shower? Did you get yourself all cleaned up after your little ditch experience?
I sure hope so. I hope you got some of that chicken they were talking about. Alicia, always a pleasure.
What's up,
I
sister?
love seeing
Excited for
this.
Saturday.
Merc, I seen you and you disappeared. There you are.
Merc, he's an oak.
Ah, that is our live studio
That's our live
audience.
studio audience.
Hey, Don. This is Dwight says, "What up, Linky?" Tom.
Hey, Tom. Nice to
Glad
see you.
you're here.
Nice to meet you.
Where you been? Missed you. Missed you, Tony.
Tony, what's going on?
I think I got everybody.
Is that everybody? Are we getting ready to read our AA thought of the day? I haven't even pre-read it, so you guys get to hear my pre-read voice.
Shout out to Sawyer House.
Sawyer House, Anchored Hearts, and
Love
the
you
beautiful Carmen.
Also, who's the other one? Hope Recovery Resources.
Yeah, Hope. Once they jump on, I just want to tell them thank you for letting me. So I spoke this morning at 8 o'clock to a recovery center group of people in Oklahoma. Hope. What was it called?
Hope-lahoma.
No, Hope. I just drew a blank now. Hope Redemption Recovery, right?
Yeah,
so.
that's what it is.
Yeah,
I think I keep saying their name.
it was awesome. 8 o'clock this morning. There was no better way to start off a day than with a group of people who are in recovery.
Harvesting Hope Recovery.
Harvesting Hope
Wow,
Recovery.
way off.
Thank you, Christy. Jeez,
The
how
H's
horrible
were
am
in
I?
there.
I should have put a thing right here for you guys.
Hey, Jacqueline.
My bad. I feel bad now. I'm sorry. But it was beautiful. Thank you guys for having me. And everybody, check them out. They're freaking awesome. You got to see what they're doing to support their nonprofit. I can't even say the actual name. Maybe Christine can help me with that. But it's pretty awesome.
Mark's going to talk to the program director about getting us an applause sign.
Yes.
Yes, please get on that. That's ASAP.
Where did my thing? There it is. All right, let's jump into July 22nd AA Thought of the Day. In the association with members of the AA group to which we belong, we have the advantage of sincere friendship and understanding of other members who, through social and personal contact, take us away from our old haunts and environments, and help to remove in large measure the occasions of alcoholic suggestions. We find in the association sympathy and willingness on the part of most members to do everything in their power to help us. So here's our question for us today. Do I appreciate the wonderful fellowship of AA? Can I get a thumbs up in the chat or a thumbs up on the video? If you want, give me a thumbs up if you guys appreciate the fellowship of the community in the chat, the Discord, and private group. I got 2 thumbs up here.
Who's got 2 thumbs and loves AA?
Who's got 2 thumbs and loves it? AA.
This girl.
Yeah, Joe Exotic. He needs to go to NA.
I bet they got him in drug court. Of
I
some
hope
sort.
he's got some program in there. Use his time wisely for you, Joe. Meditation of the day. Except ye become as little children, ye cannot enter the kingdom of heaven. In this saying, it is urged that all who seek heaven on earth or in the hereafter should become like little children. In seeking things of the Spirit and in our faith, we should try to become childlike. Just innocent. You hand a kid a sucker, you hand a kid a piece of candy, they don't question you. They just, here, thank you. Even as we grow older, the years of seeking can give us the attitude of the trusting child. Not only for its simple trust should we have the childlike spirit, but also for its joy in life. Look how happy they are. Watch.
Joyful.
It's ready laughter, its lack of criticism, and its desire to share. In Charles Dickens's story, A Christmas Carol, even old Scrooge changed when he got the child spirit. So here's our prayer of the day. I pray that I may become like a child in faith and hope, and I pray that I may, like a child, be friendly and trusting. I love that. That's good. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Brittany, Lori. I haven't been sleeping. I'm listening. Okay, I'll turn my microphone and just scream at it every half an hour, and just in case you fall asleep. Look at all the thumbs up for liking the group and fellowship. That is amazing.
I found the thumbs up button.
That's awesome. Good job, y'all.
Hi, Grandma T.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Grandma.
Hi, Mama.
Hi, Brittany. Amber.
There's another thumbs up. Man, loving it.
Took me like 5
Trust
minutes
is
to
the
find
key to success. And success only comes when you trust those around you. Absolutely. And that's the environment we're trying to create here. We were talking in the chat earlier on the Discord channel. Awesome channel about you just jump in there. You guys we were talking, me, someone from Texas, someone from the UK, and someone from Australia, just sharing our lives, just open, honest, loving conversation. And the thing that we've noticed about this group, that it is loving, caring, and safe. It's not one you're going to get criticized. Things you say aren't going to get minimized. We're here to listen and we're here to help. So it's something pretty amazing in there. If you have a chance, Felice will throw that Discord in the link. Jump in there and join our group. You won't be disappointed.
True. I concur. Hi, Marilyn.
How many of you guys played Heads Up 7-Up when you were a kid? That's what this is reminding me of here.
Who cheated when they played it and looked at everybody's shoes?
Hey.
Cheaters.
Who didn't cheat? Yeah, who
it'd be
didn't cheat?
easier.
I was so scared when I did it.
Amen, Alicia. 100%.
There's, oh, my microphone's in. I can't see. There's the Discord. You guys won't be disappointed.
All right, so what we do is we go through books on this channel, because if we just try to rely on our experience, we're only going to grow so fast. But if we educate ourselves, then we can learn more and grow more, right? Our bodies may stop growing when we hit 18, maybe 25 years old, but our minds never stop growing, and they should never stop growing until the day you die. You should always be feeding your mind education, becoming more educated in good things. So what we're going to do, I'm going to read a little, we're going to talk a little. I'm going to read a little, we're going to talk a little, just like always. And it's 8:12 already. I feel like we're flying through this stuff. Am I talking fast? I'm still excited from earlier. I think I'm talking way too fast. Where is Jerry? Come on, Jerry. Where are you at?
He's hanging out with his kids. Says Brittany.
Oh, cool. What's up, Jerry? Hanging out with the kids. This
Oh,
is the
hey,
best group you
Hogman.
can find on the net. I'm not just saying that. Awesome, brother. It is. I like can't almost fathom like what's happening here. I always got my Discord open. I'm gonna open it right now.
Thanks, Mama. Mama said, good show on the news.
Thanks.
That was crazy. Gave me butterflies in my belly.
Yeah, it made me emotional. My hands got sweaty.
Got to turn the mic on to talk.
And then somebody found TikTok.
Yep.
Teeter. Aliens and baby sharks. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, there's Jerry.
Shout out. Oh, yeah,
Thanks,
that's
Hogman.
right here, Petey.
Found it, Petey.
Look at that. People worried about each other. I love it.
Thanks, Grandma T. You said we did a good job.
Thanks, Hogman. Panic at the Discord. I see what you did there.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
High five, John.
And there's our awesome creepy crawl space, aka creepy cat. I usually watch this to unwind and get ready for sleep. Not tonight. I took the day off tomorrow to spend with my daughter. Just getting started. Awesome. And it's going to be a beautiful day. It's another hour we're going to spend together sober, loving life, appreciating life. Hopefully you guys are smiling and feel the joy that we feel right now, because I know that my heart is full. How full of joy is it? That full. We got to have an audience like this all the time. This is cool.
Yeah. Should we pay him?
And if you guys didn't get to see Alicia's story the other night, that was amazing. 17 years of sobriety, no relapse. And she lived in the shadows, well, not I shouldn't say in the shadows, under the radar of law enforcement, as her family are all federal agents and all that kind of stuff, right? I would have been too scared to come home. There's no way. I'm still scared of cops. I work on an Air Force base, right? Blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I have nothing to be afraid of cops before. I see one at the end of the road, I still panic. What's that all about? That's old habits die hard kind of thing, right? All right, applause for Alicia. This is for Alicia. Oh, they're not finished. They're fired.
Hey, Bob.
What's going on, Bob? Give us an update. What's going on in the household of the Mr. Smither? Over the years, addiction has been described in many different ways. I would like you guys to throw in the chat in a little bit of, maybe 15 characters, not characters, 15 words. What is addiction? How do you define addiction, and how do you see addiction? What the heck is addiction? Because there's many, many, many different ways to explain it. So we're going to kind of get a little tie-in on what it means here. And we're only going to go through, so the chapters in this book are a little bit bigger than the last book we just went through. So we're probably going to cut them into thirds, I think. So we'll probably spend 3 nights on chapter 1 and probably, let me see. Yeah, probably three, maybe even 4 nights on chapter 2. It's actually not even chapters, it's parts. So we're just going to take it in chunks as it comes. We're not going to call out chapters. But tonight we're just going to go through addiction as a process. What is addiction? And the 3 types of highs. So over the years, addiction has been described in many different ways. You can call it a moral weakness. You can call it a lack of willpower, or an inability to face the world. An inability to face the world. It could be a physical sickness or a spiritual illness, right? If you are a family member of a friend of a practicing addict, you may have more colorful ways of describing addiction. You POS, you blah, 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 right? However, addiction can be more accurately described and defined in the following way. Anybody got a description drop for us?
Bob's got an update.
Princess has slept in a couple weeks. She's getting pretty strong. Oh, man.
Could have been reading my basic text again. Here we go. Mark, when something has an uncontrollable hold on you.
Good description.
John says, not being able to repel or interpret from a repetitive behavior, generating a short-term pleasure, #addiction.
That's right.
Addiction is the need to find something that makes you feel more than life. More than self. Sorry, I was reading Jerry in my brain too. Jerry said life.
Ting. Air.
Nailed it, John.
Oxygen is addiction. Nearly all human beings have a deep desire to feel happy. Who wants to be happy? And find peace of mind and soul, right?
Your audience wants to be happy.
At times in our lives, most of us find this wholeness of peace and beauty, but then it slips away, only to return at another time. When it leaves us, we feel sadness and even a slight sense of mourning. Oh, I'm not happy anymore. What's going on? Now I'm sad and I'm mourning the loss of my happiness. This is one of the natural cycles of life, and it's not a cycle we can control. Like we always said on this channel, and I'm sure you've heard it in AA and NA and counseling across the way, when you're extremely excited, like tonight, we feel good, we feel happy, and you know what I'm going to say? This too shall pass. Because tomorrow I may be sad and down in the dumps. And then when I'm sad and I'm down in the dumps, guess what I'm going to say? This too shall pass. Because it's a cycle of happy, sad, happy, sad. And that's just the way life is. It's just the way it is. Addiction can be viewed as an attempt to control these uncontrollable cycles. So one day we're sad, one day we're happy. Addiction could be called an attempt to control this cycle. When addicts use a particular object, such as a substance or an event, to produce a desired mood change, they believe they can control the cycles. And guess what? At first you can. And now we're not just going to talk about alcohol. We're not going to just talk about heroin. We're going to talk about all the addictions, because addiction at its base root is pretty much the same thing, right? Endorphins leaving the brain and trying to make you happy. So you're going to go grab something to try to make your brain release the endorphins that make you happy. Addiction must be viewed as a process that is progressive. Addiction must be seen as an illness that undergoes continuous development from a definite, though often unclear, beginning toward an endpoint. You dig? We can draw a strong comparison between addiction and cancer. Now, this is kind of touchy for some people that have cancer and never experienced addiction. They're like, whoa, crap. You calling your addiction like cancer? Totally different. I can understand and I sympathize with people with cancer, you know? But this is his words, not mine. For us to understand all the different forms of cancer, we must first understand what they all have in common. So what does all cancers have in common? All cancers share a similar process, the uncontrolled multiplying of cells. Similarly, we must first understand what all addictions and addictive processes have in common. So what do all addictions have in common? The out of control and aimless searching for wholeness, happiness, and peace through a relationship with an object or an event. No matter what the addiction is, every addict engages in a relationship with an object or an event in order to produce a desired mood change, state of intoxication, or trance state. Now he's going to describe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different types of addiction. And there's similarities, right? Because what is addiction we're trying to do? We're trying to find and produce a mood change. The alcoholic experiences a mood change while drinking at the neighborhood bar. The food addict experiences mood change by binge eating or starving. The addictive gambler experiences a mood change by placing bets on a football game and then watching the action on television. The shoplifter experiences a mood change when stealing clothing from a department store. The sex addict experiences a mood change while borrowing a pornographic or browsing through a pornographic bookstore or website. The addictive spender experiences a mood change by going on a shopping spree. The workaholic experiences a mood change by staying at work to accomplish another task, even though he or she is needed at home. Although all of the objects or events described are vastly different, they produce desired mood changes in the addicts who engage in them. Go ahead.
Oh, hi, Sky. Nice to see you as always. Teacher said I listed a bunch of my own addictions the other night. Yes, you did. That was awesome of you, Teeter.
Does that ring a bell to anybody? I've experienced every one of those at some form or another at some point in my life. I used to steal. I used to be a thief. I used to love going to stores and stealing. And my motto was, the obvious is the best. I'd walk in and I would just put on a coat and just walk out. They never suspected me because I wasn't trying to be sneaky. And I got a rush and I loved it.
John says they're zoning out by continuously playing hand after hand after hand of video poker.
Dude, that's actually the third high we're going to talk about, trance.
Addiction for me represents the desperate search for a utopia. All while digging through the garbage. You'll never find it there.
Right?
I just thought of something.
Hold on, Nick.
The best type of addiction is addicted to being sober.
What? What about oxygen and water?
I need water.
I think you're right. Yeah, you're addicted to water.
Ep says we use drugs or alcohol. We stopped and used the gym or food or something else. But when we learn that we have to find a need, to find the best of us without using a tool. We learned we could have been the best of ourselves we already were before we looked for tools to assist us. Yes.
Interesting.
Be the best you without the tools. Truth bomb. From Linky, addiction to sobriety.
Let's give Linky a hand.
Thank you. Would you like to take a bow? No? Okay. Very well put, Miss Creepy Crawl Space Cat.
Yes, amen.
I already been through 12 steps for GA. It's gambling. Anonymous?
Georgia?
I was spending rent to casinos, getting payday loans for scratchers and bingo, blowing all my checks gambling.
Thank you, Todd. That was awesome. I'd never been so nervous. I don't know why. I wasn't nervous when we were being interviewed, but as soon as it played, I was nervous.
Hey, Todd, thank you. Sherry.
Sex addiction with the cross addiction, yeah. Because one fulfills for a minute, it's temporary, and then you switch over to another one that fills for a minute, that's temporary. Remember that? What hit me is that video we did about a week or so ago on spiritual voidness, and it's like, keep trying to fill this hole. We don't even understand what's going on. It's crazy. So we're going to talk about 3 types of addiction: arousal, satiation, and fantasy. Oh, gambling. I was thinking.
Jeremy.
Jeremy Shaw. What do you say?
Said, so I have something to say about the working thing. If I am home and idle, my mind begins to wander. However, if I'm working, I am busy and not thinking about anything else.
Did you have a little twinge of guilt or something about workaholics? Expand on that and tell us what you think. Is it because you may not just be addicted to work, you may just be trying to do the right thing, And an idle mind is a scary place, We're not here judging. We're just here reading.
Grammar Nazi. You're one of those.
Thank you, live studio audience. It's been a pleasure.
They're bored.
They're like, this isn't fun to talk about.
Remember when you're older and your friends.
Grammar Nazis is a secret addiction.
He's one of those.
That's awesome. That's way awesome.
Addiction and need for excitement in life feeds from one addiction to the next, which is the best fresh.
Amen. Addicts are attracted to certain types of mood changes. Did you know we were attracted to different types of mood changes or highs? Harvey Milkman and Stanley Sunderworth, in Craving for Ecstasy, The Consciousness of Chemistry of Escape, speak of 3 types of different specific addictive highs to which people are attracted: arousal, satiation, and fantasy. Arousal and satiation are the most common, followed by fantasy, which is part of all addictions. So both arousal and satiation are attractive, cunning, baffling, and powerful highs. Arousal comes from amphetamines, cocaine, ecstasy, and the first few drinks of alcohol, and from the behaviors of gambling, sex, acting out, spending, stealing, and so on. Arousal causes a satiation of intense, raw, unchecked sensation of intense, raw, unchecked power, and gives feelings of being untouchable and all-powerful. It speaks directly to the drive for power. I experienced that. I've only smoked crack one time. And the one time I did, glass pipe, that little whatever, steel wool stuff, hit it about 3, 4, 5 times. And I stood up and I literally felt like I was 11 feet tall and bulletproof for about 10 minutes. I just walked around like, raw. It was probably the most crazy feeling I've ever felt. But it gave me that feeling, that sensation. And I could see why somebody would chase that feeling over and over again. And I didn't like cocaine and I didn't like crack because it didn't last long enough. That's why I went to meth. You take a good gagger of meth and you're high for a couple of days. You smoke and eat it and you're high. You can just keep staying high for. That's what my fascination with meth was, is I could stay high for so long. And then through staying high that long, I would enter these different realms of high. You're up forever. You're lacking nutrition. You're starting to hallucinate. And I loved all of it. And I loved the chase, the steal, the trying to get more, the money, the drama. I was addicted to all of it.
LT did.
That might have been me.
I might be immune. I don't know. He did clarify real quick. He said, yes, sir. It's not like I'm having fun, but I'm not drinking. Day 6 today.
Oh, bro, dude, right now, if you got to stay busy to stay working to keep your mind off alcohol, don't start tripping about switching to, if work's keeping your mind busy. It's not like you're switching to, smoking weed, something other type of cross addiction. But it's good for a minute. Like what I was told, I switched over to, and I'm sure a lot of you have, if you quit drinking high sugary whiskeys like I had, I would drink Black Velvet, and that was really sugary. And what I did was I had a bag of M&Ms, the family size, if you can't tell by my gut, next to my bed. I was M&Ms, milkshakes when I had cravings, and I was told, hey, yeah, that's fine. Couple months, do what you got to do with your milkshakes and M&Ms, but no more than that, obviously. Use it to get you over the big hard hump.
Hey, I just said I didn't.
Yeah, thanks,
I didn't
Naomi.
smelt it. I didn't It's not
Now
safe.
she's back with alcohol.
I said I'm immune to it.
That's just another excuse.
I'm
What's up, buddy?
ready.
You missed us on
All
the
your
news.
children's left.
I missed it.
Who's on there?
Oh, that's
Randy.
Hey,
what I was
Randy.
missing.
That's our neighbor. She's
I was
amazing,
like-
and I love her.
She's the mom of one of the kids you saw on the couch.
Two
I
of them.
was just like, I woke up and I was like, it seems late.
You
What
have
am I
to go
missing?
back and see them. They were an amazing live audience till LT farted and they left.
Mm-hmm. Right. Arousal makes addicts believe they can achieve happiness, safety, and fulfillment. Arousal gives the addicts of the feeling of omnipotence. You remember that when we were talking about how we always think we're so powerful and in control of everything? Alcohol, cocaine, meth gives us that rush, that feeling of being omnipotent, while it subtly drains away all power, while it subtly is sucking the life out of you. So cunning, so baffling and powerful is this high. To get more power, addicts return to the object or the event that provides the arousal and eventually becomes dependent on it. So it goes away and you go back to it because it gave you that thing, right? It's just this cycle. Arousal addicts become swamped by fear. They fear the loss of power and they fear others will discover how powerless they truly are. Another reason people don't like to reach out for help. I'm not powerless, I'm in control. And if I reach out for power, they're going to think I'm powerless. No, ask for help. Anything we need to chat about?
Jeremy just said that Red Stag in Plan 99 keeps 2 bags of Skittles on him at all times. As you should.
That is some sugary alcohol there. I was playing quarters with Banana 99. Isn't that like 100 proof or something? Or close to it?
99 proof.
99. Something. It's crazy. My buddy, right? We're playing quarters. And I got pretty good at quarters. I clanked about 7 or 8 in there. And he took shots of Banana 99 until he was like, clink. We drug him to the bathroom where he slept the rest of the night. Funny, huh? Well, that's funny until you realize we could perhaps maybe have killed him or, stupid.
Yeah, I went from double rum and diets to drinking straight from the bottle.
Yeah,
Ugh.
me too. I was straight out the bottle.
Derek says, I've experienced those addictions. Some of those were rushes of an adrenaline rush can be an addiction, but addiction for me means if I use, I lose, I die.
I die. Yeah.
I used to freebase. I had a method to extract the pure oil and smoke it. Acid-base reaction followed by solvent extraction. That was very
Wow.
scientific.
You gotta always up the dose.
You really liked meth.
Me too, Bob. It becomes a science. Meth addicts are little mini scientists that are crazy.
Crazy scientist. My first addiction before I used drugs and alcohol was buying books and reading. That started when I was a kid. I read every day. Nice. Trying to get Linky to read more. He's not keeping up. I need to be on more.
So I'm going to carry on real quick. We got 2 pages to get through. Unlike the power trip of arousal high, unlike the power trip of an arousal high, okay, you get it? You get that arousal high, it's a power trip. A satiation high gives the addict a feeling of being full, complete, and beyond pain. Arousal gives the addict the feeling that the pain can be defeated. Heroin, alcohol, marijuana, Valium, and various behaviors such as overeating, watching TV, and playing slot machines all produce satiation highs. The satiation high is attractive to certain types of addicts because it numbs the sensations of pain or distress. This pain-free state lasts as long as the individual remains in the mood change created by the addictive ritual. But this type of high attaches the unknown addict to the grief process. Satiation high attaches, unbeknownst to you, unknowing to the addict, attaches you to a grief process. The trance always fades away and sensations always disappear, leaving the addict with the original pain. So you had this pain. Satiation type of addicts are going to these objective and situational things to get high. But once that's gone, it brings you right back to the original pain, plus the loss of the pleasure sensation. So now you have the original pain on top of that with the loss, which you're experiencing morning, depression, and all that kind of stuff, right? Over time, satiation addicts are forced to act out more often if they're behavioral addicts or increase their dosage. If they're substance abusers, okay? Over time, satiation addicts are forced to act out more often if it's a behavioral thing, right? Overeating, gambling. Or you increase the dosage if you're a substance abuser. The satiation high gains control over the person, always promising relief from pain. Ultimately, however, the pain returns deeper and more persistent until it turns into grief and despair. Always leaves you empty, always leaves you down. No bueno.
It makes you forget about everything else. And even when you win, you give back triple the amount because you don't want to go back to the emptiness.
Wow.
So if I'm a former gambler yet still play slot games on my phone, is that still addicted even though I'm not spending real money? Is it?
Well, does that?
Doesn't seem like it would be.
It could be. That's subjective to you. With what my first thought, I don't know. My first thoughts that come to mind, if you are using it, to release endorphins and you're getting that craving and you're feeding it, yeah, it could be. It could be. It's not causing you any problems because you're not using real money, but once that loses its luster, will you go buy an app that you can actually use money on? I don't know. Just things to think about. I don't know.
Satiation height equals Naomi, 100%. What up, Corey from
Twitch? What's up, Corey? 12055. How you doing? Thank you for watching. Awesome. I think on that, let's listen to Cassie's quote of the day. Oh, hold on. Your bank account thanks you, but you're still feeding it. Spot on. Yeah. Thank you, John. And with that, we will hit Cassie's quote of the day because I barely got it uploaded just in time.
Good evening, my recovering addict family. I'm here tonight with your motivational quote on recovering addicts. Now this quote, it's really cute. It's not relevant so much anymore, but I still thought it was so cute. And you'll see why. A number 2 pencil and a dream can take you anywhere. Joyce Myers.
Ooh la la.
No, it's cute, because who uses a number 2 pencil anymore? Nobody. So maybe taking those notes in your iPhone and a dream can take you anywhere. And as always, you guys know what to do. Let's bring it together and continue to spread that love.
Taking notes on your
Ooh
iPhone.
la la. Or mechanical pencils. That's the new pencil. That's the new number 2.
That's funny.
Gaming.
He didn't mention
That's okay.
gaming.
That's
I
a
know
good one.
people who have lost hours. Yeah, 100%.
Was this book written pre-gaming?
It may have been. I don't know. I didn't look at the date on it. But
And-
yeah,
and
you're 100%
Cell
right.
phones, Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok.
TikTok, teeter. TikTok, teeter. 100% gaming. I've been addicted to gaming. I used to play Black Ops. I used to get mad when my kids would jump on my account and ruin my KDR because my KDR was above 2. That's pretty good. I could go, regularly 20 to 25 kills and 5 deaths. I was okay. at it.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna play tonight.
it was terrible.
Thanks, Bob. You just triggered me. Just kidding.
Relapse.
Just kidding.
Hashtag Candy Crush. Yes, John.
Ooh, Candy Crush.
Oh,
What?
Epi, he said there is no substantial substitute for your addiction, which is why you may go from meth to Red Bull or smoking to vape. It's just finding another means.
Right?
Yep.
It's true.
Hashtag mobile strike.
Did you update your thumbnail there, John? Your new haircut? You look so handsome in that one.
Hey, does anybody know where our Australian friends are? I miss them.
All right. So trance. It is helpful to view intoxication, the mood change of addictive ritual, as a trance state, especially when examining behavioral addictions such as gambling, spending, and sexually acting out. The trance state is a state of detachment, a state of separation from one's physical surroundings. In the trance, one can live in two worlds simultaneously, floating back and forth between the addictive world and the real world, often without others suspecting it. That's interesting. The trance allows the addict to detach from the pain, guilt, and shame they feel, making it extremely attractive. The addict becomes increasingly skillful at living in the trance and using it to cover pain and feelings. In the process, he or she gets a sense of power and control, but also becomes dependent on the trance, which is part of the progression of the addictive process. It's a progression. Everything we do is leading to us, trying to chasing the dragon, right? Down that first high, that first feeling of euphoria, that first powerful feeling you had, that first relief of all the pain, guilt, and shame in the world, which inevitably it just comes right back around to making it even worse, more guilt, more pain, more shame. The addict views the trance state as a solution to the problem. Gambling allowed me, this is a quote, gambling allowed me to be with people without really being with them, said one compulsive gambler, whose acting out became uncontrollable after her husband died. The trance slaved her grief and sorrow. It filled her emptiness. She felt no pain as long as she was in the casino. Addiction and the trance offered her a solution, and she used it as long as her savings and her insurance monies held out. Then she was forced to confront the reality of her losses. And the blow was even more devastating. Not only had she lost her husband, but also the money they had put aside to just support her. Addiction, this is probably the most profound sentence out of all we're going to read tonight. Addiction takes and takes and then takes some more. She lost her husband, and now she's filled a void with gambling. It was a way to be with people without being with people until the money was gone. And now it's a double whammy. Husband's gone. The loss of joy from addiction is gone. And now supportable finances is gone. Takes and takes and takes and takes some more.
Aubrey's here.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Makes me happy. Glad you're here, Aubrey. Aubrey from Australia. Well, kinda.
Aubrey in Australia.
Yeah, that's better. Hey, Bob says, I'm in a trance on and off every day, daydreaming about where I'll run away to if my lotto ticket hits. And people be like, Earth to Bob.
Huh?
Earth to Bob.
What?
Hey, dreaming about Old Town, Utah.
Bob?
Right, Bob?
He's just staring off. Bob? Huh?
Wyoming.
You can see it.
Mountain ranges.
That's awesome.
John says the IRS has a funny way of doing that to you.
It sounds like you're speaking from experience.
Good night, Jacqueline.
Good night, Jacqueline. Sleep well. Yes, join the Discord. Join the Discord and hang out with me and Sunray in the music room and listen to different music.
Yes. We create two worlds, definitely. One where we are an addict, one where we are not an addict. One is a great lie that we are okay with our using friends, but the other is another lie that we are the sober kid our parents love. The problem is we want one to be truth, and the two lies keep battling. It's a hard thing to come to see, but the start of sobriety.
Amen, dude.
Not a poem.
That was good.
That was a great
That was
poem.
amazing. It's facts.
Yeah.
Straight facts.
100%.
Our attraction to the trance-like satiation grows out of our natural desire for transcendence, to contact and live within spiritual principles. It is our desire to reconnect with the divine. The sensation of the trance produces a feeling in the individual that connection has taken place. It creates a virtual reality in which the spiritual experience seems real, but in fact, only illusionary. True spiritual experience gives us increased meaning and the skills to connect with meaning again, with healing and compassion. And I think what we're experiencing with the Discord private group in the chat here is this true spiritual healing connection, not this fake one that we used to create through situations and drug use. Much better on the right side of things, in my opinion there. Well, pretty sure your guys is too. They give us a stronger belief in relationships and humanity after experiencing the what?
Sunray says, I just thought it was a great rhyme. We recover better together.
Whoa, did you just make that up?
Just hit me and stuck. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
We should
man.
make t-shirts.
I wish I'd have thought of it.
I like it. I think we'll make it our motto.
Let's make it our motto. So after experiencing the quasi-spiritual experience, did I say that right?
Quasi-spiritual. I don't know, but it sounds cool.
Of the addictive trance, people are left with the pain and anxiety they were trying to escape. So after experiencing it, it's done, it's over, and now the pain and anxiety you were trying to escape is back. In addition to the emptiness created where the soul realizes that no connection has taken place. You go find a fling on a weekend, it feels good that weekend, you wake up the next day, it's over, and you're twice the empty for it, realizing no connection really took place. And when you go and meet people like that, even if you're drinking, you're not even really getting to know each other on your true who you are if you're both drunk too, you know. There's no way you're really truly connecting. So thus the trance state is a part of the definition of addiction as a spiritual illness. Addiction is an illness in which people believe in and seek spiritual connection through objects and behaviors that can only produce temporary sensations. These repeated vain attempts to connect with the divine produce hopelessness, fear, and grieving that further alienate the addict from spirituality and humanity. So at the end of the day, all three of the types of high leave us twice empty of spirituality and humanity. We've lost our dignity, the things that we've tried to do. If anything, let this uglify what we used to do and what we used to be like and how we used to think. If you got value out of this, hit that like button. What's up, Chad Harris?
Hey, Chad. Thanks.
How's it going with you, brother?
Thanks, Sunray. Yes, this is Uno. Wild card. Glad you like it. Christopher. Hey, Christopher.
Hey, Christopher, what's going on?
I was clean for a couple months. Then the coronavirus came and then lost my brother.
Oh.
I just keep kind of giving up. I just happened to see this video on my phone and just wanted to express myself.
Well, I'm glad you did, Christopher.
Glad you're here.
Get to know the group that holds this channel up, right? All we do is we come on and we just talk educational and try to help each other learn education to prevent us from ever having to learn to be able to deal with life on life terms, right? But there's a group behind this that is where the true connection lies, in the Discord and the private Facebook group. Get in there, get to know the people who are in there, because it's straight love, compassion, and hope. And if you're struggling, there's a little room that's designed. It says support. If you go to the Discord, there's a little room that says support room. You jump in there and just say, I need help. I guarantee it, you're going to get some people jumping in there. And then you can end up in one of the voice chats, chit-chatting, or any way you need to reach out, it's going to be possible for you to get help if you need it. So join us, brother. I'm glad you clicked on and said hello.
Yep, I just put the link to the Facebook group in there, and I will get you that Discord link in just a second.
Sunray, he's awesome. Totally mellow, chill dude. Loving, compassionate. Awesome. I've been getting to know him pretty well the last day or so. He got to watch me paint my truck. What are you doing? Trying to make this old truck look cool.
Starting to look pretty neat. I'm digging it.
Me too.
All right, there you go, Christopher. Yeah, join the community. Amazing people. You won't
Okay.
regret it.
All right, so it's NA time. Comparing. Our personal stories may vary in individual pattern, but in the end, we all have the same thing in common. Basic text 87. We addicts are a varied bunch, coming from different backgrounds, having used different type of drugs, and recalling different experiences. Our differences don't disappear in recovery for some. Those differences become more pronounced. Freedom from active addiction gives us the freedom to be ourselves as we truly are. Oh, I love that. And I have never experienced that more than now. Just be myself. This is the way God made me. You don't like it? Get over it. The fact that we are all recovering doesn't mean that we all necessarily have the same needs or goals. Each of us has our own lessons to learn in recovery. True. So with so many differences from one addict to the next, how do we help another in recovery, and how do we use each other's experiences? We come together to share our lives in the light of the principles of recovery. Through our lives, though our lives are different, the spiritual principles we apply are the same. It is by the light of these principles shining through our differences that we illuminate another's way in our own individual paths. We all have two things in common: addiction and recovery. When we listen carefully, we hear others tell of suffering from the same disease we have suffered from, regardless of their specific backgrounds. When we open our ears, we hear other addicts talk of applying spiritual principles that promise hope to us as well, regardless of our personal goals. So just for today, I have my own path to follow, yet I am grateful for the fellowship of others who've suffered from addiction and who are learning to apply the principles of recovery just like me. We recover better together.
Amen. Eric says, I hardly know you guys, and I'm opening up.
Right?
After reading through, I didn't put it up there, but your mother sounds like a wonderful, wonderful, amazing woman. And he said there's lots of things he'd like to tell her, but maybe write her a letter. LT said that a lot of people in his group did that to people they were able to talk to.
Yeah, my counselor, if they had something heavy on their heart and they wanted to express it, say a loved one passed away, say it was just impossible to connect with this person, he would have them write them a letter and then you could read it to your sponsor, to a counselor, if you trust, to read it to your AA or NA group or your group therapy. But write it and read it out loud to somebody, and it offers a lot of relief. Seen it happen. Birds of a feather flock together.
I missed that. I was going to put it up there. Yeah. Bob, he gets emotional. Used to get emotional hearing Major Tom.
Oh, that's a good song.
Secret Life of Walter Mindy. That's the Steve Carell one. We haven't watched that yet. But if it's good, we'll watch it. Right? We all recognize the vulnerable state we can be in throughout our expression as human. This place is so down to earth, sincere, fresh, honest, and authentic. Link with like-minded people.
100%.
That's the Birds of a Feather. Amen.
Yep. Love it.
Oh, hey, Kyle.
Hey, Kyle, what's going on, brother?
Hey, guys. Getting ready to go out of town. Have to catch the replay of this one. Catch you guys if I have Wi-Fi. Awesome. If not, let us know how your trip goes.
Well, you're going out of town. Make sure you got a plan. Are you going to catch a meeting? Are you going to try to catch digital meetings? Make sure you're not putting yourself in any high-risk situations. I don't know what you're doing, but you're in recovery now. Make a plan so that you don't get caught off guard. And if you think of a situation that could catch you off guard, make a plan. Have a sponsor, have somebody on, have the Discord chat open and ready to talk if you have to. You know what I mean? Just be careful, brother.
Is your sponsor Dale or Dale?
Oh, man, this again. Do I say it that weird?
Well, is it Dale or Dale?
Dale. Is that how you're supposed to say it?
Dale or Dale?
Dale. Dale. D-A-L-E. Dale.
Dale. Got it. There you go. Answered that one.
Ask LT to say Dale. Shut up, Merc. I'm out of here.
It's the Utah exit. Dale.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, he's going with his wife. Sweet.
Perfect, brother. Good. Dale.
Dale. Yeah. Dale.
Going to see my parents, my son, and nephew are with them now. Oh, cool.
That sounds fun.
Good, brother. Drive safe. Oh, man.
Oh, Miss Creepy Cat. As vulnerable and broken as I've been in the last few weeks, I feel like I'm starting to remember who I was before. I smiled in the car today and belted Fleetwood Mac. Oh, my girl. I love some Fleetwood Mac. And the only way to sing it is loudly.
Yes. Good job. Proud of you, Naomi.
I'm already grown in my sobriety.
100%. And I loved your connection today with our UK friend. That was just listening to you two chit chat back and forth was amazing. And to hear her, this girl, we're chatting in the group, right? I'm not going to give away who she is or not, but she's dumping all her drinks out. She's dumping all her pills in the toilet. She's like, I'm done with this life. You can hear her. She's like, listen to me, guys. Inspirational. It's amazing. She's closing back doors. Oh, it was awesome.
That's beautiful. He said that was a sincere question. Dale or Dale?
D-A-L-E.
Bob says, I did good today. I woke up with a prayer on my lips, ran the payloader early, worked sales, studied Russian all day, swam, and got my cardio. Showed up here, paid off a credit card. Ooh,
Awesome.
That's a great day.
Dang, that's a great day.
That's a wonderful day. Yeah, baller, shot caller. I do
was a
love
baller.
Fleetwood Mac. She's got that awesome, unique voice. Dale, yes, Dale.
My sponsor, D-A-L-E.
Oh no, not Fleetwood. That chick was baller. Yes, insanely proud.
Yes,
I'm with you.
she's cool. Look at Petey. Thanks, Petey. Petey's got my back.
Bye, Thomas. Have a good night at work. Day night.
Right on. Have a good day, brother.
Facts years of maturity beyond her age. Chick. Yeah.
Right,
she's
son?
awesome. Yes, Stevie also a baller. I was still stuck on Stevie.
All right. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And thank you, God, for the community behind the scenes we get to go hang out with all day and who are always there to support us. Please be with the still suffering addict and give us strength to do this thing. In your name, amen.
Amen. We love you guys. We're only here because you guys are awesome.
Amen. And y'all, we are taking Saturday night off. It's the 4th of July. We're going to go watch some fireworks across the street with our kids and family. FYI. But we do have a Zoom meeting at 3 o'clock. So if you guys need some recovery, 3 o'clock, we got Zoom still. Just putting that out there. Saturday night, no RA show. But until then, we will be back tomorrow night. We're going to continue through this book, Extending the Addiction Field. We're going to get a little more into depth into addiction. And so until then, do not put yourself in a high-risk situation. Stay strong, work your program, and remember, we recover better together.